So my wife came up to me last night and she says, I'd like to have French toast for breakfast. Unfortunately, we didn't have any bread in the house, so I gave it some thought and arrived on the fact that I remember this English muffin bread that I had made once before and how good it was when for French toast. So I decided I'll go ahead and make that. This is a very quick recipe. It's a no-knead bread, and it tastes great. So forgive the video quality. It's not as great as usual, but I put this together really fast because I thought everybody would like to see how to make it. This is a really simple bake. So the dry ingredients are just 3 cups or 360 grams of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a tablespoon of instant yeast. Let's start by weighing out our flour, 360 grams or 3 cups. Now add the remaining dry ingredients, the sugar, the salt, the baking soda, and the yeast. Whisk the dry ingredients until they're thoroughly mixed, and then set this aside while we prepare the wet ingredients. Next, in a microwave-safe container, you're going to put in 1 cup of milk, a 1/4 cup of water, and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or olive oil. This needs to be microwave safe because you're going to need to put it in the microwave and warm it to between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you stir it good before you measure this temperature because you want an accurate reading. This is going to give the yeast an initial kick. Now add your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients and begin mixing them. If you noticed, I started using a regular whisk when I'm doing this, but it didn't work out well. The dough is, while smooth, it's still pretty sticky. So I switched over to the Danish whisk. This is something that I'd suggest everyone who's interested in doing bread baking has. It's really great at mixing bread dough. So mix it up until it's nice, smooth, and elastic, and then we'll be ready to put it in a pan. So next, take an 8.5 by 4.5 inch loaf pan. Grease it up really good. I'm using butter in this case. And then take some cornmeal and coat the bottom and the sides. Just throw it in and round it around a little bit. Once you've done that, take the dough that you've just done and scoop it into the pan, trying your best to try to level it as much as possible. It's going to be pretty sticky, so that may be a challenge, but level it out. And then once it's leveled, put a piece of greased plastic wrap over the top. Place your pan of dough into a warm area and let it sit until the dough has risen until it's just barely over the rim of the pan. When you look at it from the side, you should just see maybe 1/4 of an inch sticking over the edge. This is going to take sometimes up to an hour, or maybe a little bit more if the room is fairly cool. In my case, it took about 1 hour and 20 minutes because my room was pretty cool. But once that's done, you're ready to put it in the oven. You're going to put the loaf into your preheated 400-degree oven for 22 to 27 minutes. In my case, 25 minutes was perfect. The top will be golden brown and your internal temperature will be around 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Let it cool in the pan for about 5 minutes and then flip it out onto your cooling rack. Now, doesn't this just look gorgeous? It's a beautiful, beautiful bread, and it's really simple to make. As planned, we use this the next day to make French toast. If you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell to notify for when new content comes out. And if you give it a try, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Take care. Have a great day.